I have on the tables XK Whirlwind X251 Quadcopter. This is a small size quad which comes with brushless motors and a 2S battery. And what's also very interesting about it is that it uses Futaba protocol, which ensures much greater range. And it also has a 6-axis gyroscope, which makes it very stable. But it also has different flight modes. You can do acros with it and flips. And it has programmable rates and a programmable takes. I'm going to show you that. First, let's take it out of the box. So here is the quad. And it comes with the battery already inserted here in this small battery bay. The battery, it's kind of a proprietary design of XK. It doesn't have a dedicated discharge port. It only has a balance plug, and the balance plug is also the discharge plug, and it has 950 milliamps, and it's a 25C discharge to cell. I already set the cell. So this is a supplied charger. Moving on, we get a small manual with functions explained and some of the takes programming and how to calibrate the gyro. A power adapter for the charger, a spare set of propellers and a screwdriver, and also a hex key. And last but not least, the transmitter. As you can see, it's a full-size transmitter which uses 6 AA batteries and has a lot of switches and a dial here, push button and menu. I'm going to show you what they do. I must say that I'm really impressed about this transmitter and all of its functions, and I'm going to show you why. First, I'm going to turn it on. You can see it has a very nice backlight, and you also get these nice cursors which show you the percentage of each stick. And here you can see the throttle is limited at 75, but I'm going to show you why. So basically, what are all these switches? First, this is the rate switch. You can see it has here, it shows it's rate 1 or rate 2, and these are programmable, of course. This one here, it's for throttle hold. This one it's for turning off gyro. Well, actually not turning it off completely, but taking it into acro mode and stabilized mode, so you can select stabilization or acrobatic mode. This one is for taking video if you have an optional camera, and this one does nothing because it's not programmed to do, but I'm going to show you what it can do from the menu. In the menu settings, you get by pressing this mode button, and here with the dial you can see you can switch between functions up and down, and you can select and modify the values of each individual option. As I've shown you, the throttle will only go to 75, but if you go into the menu and you are going to select T curve, which is a throttle curve, and I'm going to go to channel 5, you can see it's 75%. You can modify this value to better suit your needs, but I'm going to leave it that way, and I'm going to use this unprogrammed switch. I'm gonna move it here, and then I'm going to modify the channel 5 value to 100%. Like this. Alright, so on channel 5 I get 100, but if I switch back on channel 5 I got 75. So now this button switches between two predefined values for the throttle, and if I go back, and now it's on normal, I get 75%, and if I flip the switch, now I get 100% throttle, so a lot more throttle than it had on default. So the rest of the buttons are programmed this way. So this is a dual rate switch. You can see in the settings if I enter again, and I'm going to select dual rate. You can see it's 80%, and if I flip it like this, it's 100%. But you can define them. For example, you can have a lower rate on first, and a lower rate on second, or full rate on second, and half rate on first. So at the beginning, if you want to fly it slower, you can choose a lower rate, and it comes by default. So the transmitter, it's very smart. You can do a lot of things with it, and beside this you can set a lot of other things like exponentials, like P curve, and also you can even adjust the gyro, which is at 75%. The gyro, you can disable or enable this for acro mode, and you can select its leveling strength from here, but this I'm going to leave as default for now. I'm going to power my filming light off completely and only use some ambient light, and I'm going to install the battery. You will see why. The transmitter, it started. Must be careful, this model of Quadcopter does not have a bind action or arm or disarm sequence. It's always arm, so when the transmitter is turned on and you connect your battery, when you move the throttle, it will start the motors immediately, so you must take care of that. Or you can use the throttle hold here, which is like that, and if you by mistake move the throttle stick, the engine will still be off. So I'm going to activate it just to be safe, and now I'm going to plug in the battery. There it goes. It's already binded because it's green. You can see it has very nice lights. It has kind of surrounding lights. It has an LED, but the whole motor pod here lights. So it got red in the back, green in the front, and green in the back. So it's easy to orient yourself by the lights. And now I'm going to disable throttle hold. And what have I told you? The throttle was just a bit pushed on, like this. So you can see, you must be very careful with it. What I'm observing is that it's very quiet. I'm gonna keep a finger on it, like this. This little guy really packs a punch. It really wants to take off. I'm gonna turn off the takes. And here it's got a red light and a green light because the transmitter has disconnected. So you can see the status. I'm gonna take this off. Now I'm gonna power on the light back. let's take also a look at the quad. The landing gear seems a bit weak. It's very thin plastic, but the casing of the quads seems very tough. It's a hard plastic and seems thick. You can squeeze it and it will not bend, while the arms look like carbon fiber, but I don't know if it's carbon fiber or not. But it's very tough. It doesn't twist. The motors are very well fixed, and here you also get a plug for attaching a camera dedicated to this model, which latches on these small openings like this here, so you can add a small FPV. There's even a kit for this FPV kit for this model, which comes with a small LCD monitor and a small camera, but I'm planning to add my own FPV setup to it. I need to see first what's the lift capacity on it and how much weight can it carry, but it looks like a solid flyer. Let's see what the motors are. The motors are XK branded, and they are 1307 motors. Hope that you can see that. A very small motor, but brushless, and they come with aluminum caps, which you can take off by using a small key and locking them with your hand. The props seems to look like regular props that are used on 250 racing class, and here is a 5040 prop, and you see they are almost identical, but this seems to have less pitch, so probably it's a 5030 propeller, and that should give a longer flight time but less aggressivity. We'll see about that. So next thing that will follow this, it will be a flight test, which I'm looking forward, as this looks really nice and I'm in love with this transmitter already. Until then, bye bye.